Welcome to Warped Lore.
I'm Jen.
I'm Dee. Or Dorothy. Whichever. We're gonna be basic white bitches today.
It's basic white bitch season, I think.
Yeah. Everything pumpkin, everything cinnamon, everything
spooky season.
apple.
Everything that you see should be spooky season. Everything that you ingest should be pumpkin flavored.
And then I got this pumpkin spice latte creamer.
Ooh.
It's Starbucks. I generally don't like Starbucks, but I thought it went with the coffee.
Yeah. Bray would be proud of you.
Pumpkin-y and shit. You think so?
She would.
I sent her a Snapchat.
Did you?
Yeah.
She's
gonna be all kinds of jelly, but I don't want her crud.
Yeah, she's been under the weather, but she'll still be jelly.
All the other girls, there are more of us.
You'll see them soon. I've been editing a video, and it's just been kind of tricky with the audio, because some of us, we had our podcatcher set up. We have like a professional podcast system, believe it or not. We do. And so I think, what do we have, 6 people?
Yeah, me, you, Bree, Emily, Tater, and Presley.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how many that is, I can't count, but it was a lot of people, and we only have 4 professional mics, so.
Alright, we're gonna try this. Cold brew, Bree said you do that. She showed me this with the regular stock cold brew, I think it was.
You look like you've already had some coffee today.
I had coffee this morning. I'm just exhausted. My back hurts so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like everywhere else in the world, where I work, we're severely understaffed, and
so basically, you're run ragged.
Very much so.
I feel that.
But at the same time, grateful to have a job because we need the money.
I feel that as well.
You know, the economy sucks so bad right now, guys. I don't know if I'm supposed to shake this or what, but I think Bree would say shake it.
My husband's a waterman, and I'm not telling you, but for anybody who didn't know, my husband's a waterman.
Oh, look, it's fancy. Sorry.
Ooh, very fancy. That's why you pay so much for it. It's for the fancy pour spout thing.
We're not going to discuss how much you paid. I scrubbed a lot of fucking toilets this week.
There you go.
I deserve this.
You deserve a treat. But yeah.
You want to do your creamer, or you want me to do it? This is how Bree did it.
But anyway, he's a waterman, and his mate has gone on vacation for a week, and in the interest of saving money, I went to work to help him out. And mind you, I can barely pick up a crab pot. I don't know how much these damn things weigh. I'm going to say they probably weigh like 45 pounds when they're clean and brand new with the frame on the bottom. And they were not clean. They were loaded full of crap. Like, there was sponge and like seaweed growing off them. They're completely filthy, so they're so heavy right now. And I got bit by every crab that came out of the Chesapeake Bay. Well, crabs don't bite, they pinch. I just say bit because welcome to the Eastern Shore.
It feels like a bite. A crab bite.
Did you try that?
It's so good.
Oh my god.
Alright, Bree,
really
I
good.
tried it. I
That is
paid
really
a good chunk for it, but that is really enjoyable.
That's a delightful treat. Thank you, Diffie.
Pumpkin creamed, it's called. It's one of them stock ones.
The heck is that?
What's that in there?
I'm not sure. It came from somewhere over in that area. Welcome to the haunted house.
I don't know if the audio picked that up or not, but that was loud.
It was like a thump and a
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Like something was
skittering,
rustling.
scratching, yeah.
We live on a farm. It could be a mouse. It's a mouse.
That's a big damn mouse.
Shh. I'm trying to make myself feel better. I have to live here.
It's just a mouse.
I have to live here.
Just a mouse. Cute little Mickey Mouse Mouse.
So exciting news. I've started writing my book finally.
I'm excited.
About a haunted house. Kind of haunted, I guess.
I got a sneak peek of the first chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the Pocomoke Forest. Because I grew up
in the Pocomoke Forest.
In the Pocomoke Forest. And there's a lot of really weird stories about the Pocomoke Forest, but
we're going to get to those.
Mine's make-believe.
So are some of the ones that are spread as legend and lore, I'm sure. But we're going to get to those too.
You got a pinch in my neck. What is he doing to my neck?
Them bones.
Jen's trying to make sure we're spooky season festive.
Appropriately festive.
This is damn good.
It is delicious. It really is. Like, you know, a lot of times things that are supposed to be pumpkin flavored, that tastes like pumpkin pie with whipped cream on top.
Mm-hmm.
It is no joke. Doesn't it?
I see you, Starbucks. Okay, I like that. Like I said, I'm generally a Dunkin' girl. I'm definitely not really a Starbucks.
I prefer Dunkin' over Starbucks any day of the week.
My pocket also
Same.
prefers Dunkin'.
Bree is a hoe for some Starbucks.
Well, and I grabbed that and put that back 3 times. And then Tommy was like, treat yourself.
Oh, yeah. And treat Honey Bean, too.
I said, we can do a chill and chat, or we can do a little talk about some witch and legend lore about, witches. Yeah, witches?
Yeah,
I'm
on the witch train.
Alright, so we're going to talk about trippy hippie witches.
Ooh. Ah.
Yeah. Witches riding Broom's lore. So I know everyone has seen the iconic image of a witch riding a broom.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this by accident. I was looking up Halloween, interesting facts about Halloween.
Right.
And historical facts about Halloween, and I guess they lumped this in, I guess, because mostly when you think of witches riding brooms, it's Halloween.
Yeah, I don't really think about it like January or on Valentine's Day or anything.
Nope.
I mean,
sometimes.
I do weird
sometimes.
stuff, but
if I break out practical magic at the wrong time of year, it'll happen.
Yeah. I can see that.
I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I was reading was that historians aren't even really sure how long the broom has existed.
That makes sense.
But that it started with people bundling twigs and branches and grass to sweep out their dwellings, and it dated all the way back to biblical and ancient times when brooms were used to sweep ash and embers up around fires. So I just thought that was neat, like the fact that they don't even really know when it was first invented.
I wonder when the first one that they were sure that they were like, yes, this is definitely a broom. I wonder when when that was found. But like even
like
archaeology,
how did they name it? That I didn't look up.
Broom is a type of plant.
Okay.
It's named after
like
sense. A plant or a piece of a plant. I can't remember. I'll put some information on the screen about it, but I can't actually remember. I'm gonna have to Google it.
She's full of all kinds of interesting facts and stuff that I forget.
Especially about plants.
Y'all have to go over and check out her channel, All of My Plants, too.
If you like plants. If not,
it
will not be your jam.
It's a good one.
Well, I mean, it's great for, you could probably just listen to me drone on and on about them and fall asleep, maybe. If you don't like plants.
I mean, I'm not into them like her. But I love her, and she's my sister, and I watch them.
Because she loves me.
Because I love her. Even though when she starts talking about all these plants, and I got this one and this one, my eyes start rolling back in my head. No.
She tries hard. She really tries.
It's the same with horror movies and me, I'm sure. Because I can drone on endlessly.
I don't know, I kind of love horror movies, but I think you've got me beat as far as fangirling about them.
God, I love them. It's almost watch all the Halloweens over and over and over again time.
I want to watch the Harry Potter movies. I always do around Halloween. I know. I can see it on your face. She's going, already. She is so offended. How about Hocus Pocus? Is that better? I like that one too.
I like Hocus Pocus. This is a segue. It's still about witches. But who else thinks the new one's going to totally blow?
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder if anybody's seen it yet.
I'm almost terrified to watch it because I'm afraid it's going to be that much of a letdown.
Is it the same cast?
Some. I don't think that the boy and the girl are coming back. The
No,
young,
but
they're not young now.
Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and
Mm-hmm.
the other one whose name I can't remember.
I can't think of her name. Oh my goodness! And she's in a lot of good stuff too.
She is Kathy Najimy. Is that right? Is that who that is? I think that's who that is. I don't know. Once again.
I love her in Medea's Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That southern man, she can do it, boy. Put it on, girl. And I saw her. I think. What else did I watch her in the other day? I don't know. I've drank most of this already. That's so good.
It is really good.
I won't sleep tonight, y'all.
It's okay. Message me. I'll be up.
Alright, so I just figured I'd add that in there about the broom because I thought it was cool. And also that brooms are a symbol of good luck around the world.
Really?
And are said to protect against evil and sweep away bad fortune.
Now I have heard about like sweeping out the bad energy. I have kind of heard that.
It says, just so you know, never sweep towards the front door because it's said that you will sweep all of your good luck away.
Then what do you sweep towards? The back door? I hate using a dustpan, so I gotta sweep it towards the door.
Sadly, I must sweep all my good luck away because that's the only way out the bathhouse is one way.
Mm-hmm. What other choice do you have, right?
None. Also, there's a lot of lore surrounding brooms. Did you know the first witch to ever confess to riding a broom was in fact a man?
Vaguely. I'd heard it somewhere before, but I can't remember any of the details. It just stuck out to me that it's a man, even though it's historically a lot of women who have been accused, you know?
When you see, like, it came out in, like, 1451. There was this French manuscript that had 2 drawings, and it depicted witches riding brooms. But it was 2 women with kerchiefs on their head. You know, no witch hat.
Right.
Pardon me. Kind of like what the gypsies wore on their heads.
Right.
When you see gypsies in movies, or if you buy like a Walmart gypsy costume, gypsies probably never even really wore that shit.
They didn't. It was because Romani. Isn't that the proper name for the people who we call gypsies? I think so. Not 100% certain. But yeah, the stuff they wear, it is not the stuff that you find in the costume section, like with gypsy costume on it.
Right.
So.
The guy's name was Gulami Edelin. I think I'm saying that right?
No.
How do you say it?
Where is it?
Guillaume
Mm-hmm.
Edelin. Well, it's spelled Gulami, damn it.
Yeah.
Gillaume is Gulami all damn day in America.
Yep.
How'd you say it's pronounced again?
Guillaume.
Huh?
Guillaume.
Guillaume.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never gonna remember it. So it's that dude that confessed to riding a broom.
It's Guillaume.
He was a priest from Saint Germain in Laye, which was near Paris. And he was arrested in 1453 and was tried for witchcraft after he publicly criticized the church's warnings about witches. Like,
That tracks.
yeah, he didn't agree, so, you know, heretic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Blasphemer. Yep. Traitor. You're a traitor to the church since you don't agree with us.
Off with his head.
Now, of course, his confession was drug out of him, and he was tortured, and he repented. But those religious asshats, they still imprisoned him for life.
Yeah.
And he probably lied just to get him to stop fucking torturing him.
I would too. I would confess to all kinds of things.
Yeah, I rode that broom. I did,
I have a familiar...
headstands on that bitch.
I have 4 teats for the devil. I do.
4 of them.
4. You don't even have to search. I'll show them to you.
Remind me when it comes around Christmas to buy her 2 packs of pasties.
That's right. Bonus pasties.
You know, it's sad, but when you hear about witchcraft a lot of people were tortured. The confessions were tortured right out of them.
Yep.
And that's a whole different podcast.
We're going to get to that one as well.
That's something we've been talking about for a while. We were hoping all the girls would do like a deep dive on something witchy, witchcrafty, Salem witch trials, that situation, and just life and work, you know, because you can't make your whole life about work, but it ends up being that way sometimes.
It does. And trying to find free time to do the things you need to do, whether it's, you know, laundry, hang out with your significant other, all that stuff after work, eats up a lot of time, which I know I don't need to tell anybody that. I know everybody knows that, but, like, here lately I've been feeling it. You know what I mean? Like, just trying to find time to do the little dumb shit that I want to do in a day. Which, I read that book, though. I did make time to read that book. The Wicked Plants. Amy Stewart, by the way. It was a good book.
How many pages was it?
I don't know. 200, maybe? It's not a really long one.
Yeah, I've read about 4 or 5 of the serial killers out of the book I bought the other day. It was, what's it called? Serial Killers and Psychopaths or something.
Yeah.
I found it at Barnes & Noble.
Yeah. We went Barnes & Noble shopping.
We did. And they have a lot of really cool, overly expensive things.
So many. I want them all.
Overly expensive.
I just need like a 10-minute shopping spree in there. I could really clean up on some cool stuff.
I just think nowadays anything that's beneficial to the learning process in your brain in a world that's lacking so much common sense should be free. Books should be free.
Well, they are
then
at the library.
The writer can't
They are at the
make
library.
money that way.
I just never go to the library. I don't know, there's just something about the smell of like cracking open a brand new book, like fresh off the shelf.
Let's be realistic about this. The library is a very quiet place. Quiet places are not for me. No?
I feel that myself, yeah.
They're always going, shh. I ain't down with that.
I'm like, turn on the TV, I need some background noise while I read over here.
The earliest known pictures of witches riding brooms dates back to 1451, like I told you. It was a French manuscript. It had the two drawings were the women in headscarves, and they were soaring through the air on brooms, and they were identified as Waldensians. Waldensians, maybe, who were members of a Christian sect founded in the 12th century. And this sect was branded heretics by the Catholic Church, and this was mainly because they allowed women to be priests. So I don't like them.
I've never understood what's the big deal with women being priests, or preachers, or anything like that.
Mark my word, it's going to happen soon. We'll have a female pope.
Oh my God, so many people would have kittens. I mean, they would just have kittens.
You know, world's changing fast. I wouldn't be surprised. Like that. How cool would that be, y'all?
Yeah.
Watch the world evolve. Now I know there's probably going to be some little negative Nancy on the video. I got 2 words for you. And if you don't know what that is, you're not old enough to be on this podcast. So, witches riding brooms was said to be related to pagan rituals for fertility, and that farmers would leap and dance on or around poles, pitchforks, or brooms under a full moon, and supposedly would help their crops grow.
I mean, whatever it takes.
Yeah. And they were having a good time doing it.
Well, then I'm going to go out there and do all that in the greenhouse later, and we'll see if I can't get a little bit more growth before winter. I'm going to try it.
All right.
I don't know
We
if I
need-
can jump around on a broomstick in there, though. I don't have enough room.
We can't mount a pole up in there
No.
to pole dance on because the whole thing might fall over.
Oh, it definitely will. Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure
They
something
probably don't mean that kind of pole. I'm sorry.
Well, like a maypole? Well, I mean...
I don't know what kind of pole. My mind just went to a straight pole in the middle of the
Kinda,
greenhouse.
yeah, yeah.
That's just how my brain works. So, this broomstick dance turned into the accounts we hear of about witches riding their brooms at night. It said they kept them by their chimneys so they could fly up out of their homes for witchy meetings and orgies or secret interludes with Satan.
Okay.
They took it that far.
Okay. I'm speechless. I don't even know what else to say. Okay.
And just because they were witches meant they were had to participate in giant orgies.
Yeah.
I mean,
sounds lovely if that's your thing, but,
yeah.
yeah, I don't think so. I don't either.
I wouldn't have been down with the key parties in the 70s either.
I call bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's not my thing. Witch or no.
It said that belladonna and other hallucinogenic drugs like deadly nightshade or mandrake and ginseng would cause havoc on their intestinal systems.
Atropa belladonna
So-
and Datura stramonium.
What is it?
Jimson weed it's a type of Datura. Yep.
Does it really make you trip?
Oh yeah, the seed pods do.
Mm.
For days.
Oh.
And not in a good way.
No.
It's not a good thing.
Mm-mm. That's probably why they had asylums and shit back then.
Mm.
So many of them. No.
Let's eat this random ass seed pod and see what. And they're spiky, so I don't know why anybody would accidentally eat that. Like, it doesn't even look like something that would be edible.
Their kid probably did it first.
Yeah, I can see kids doing it, but I mean, I don't know. Still, it's a spiky little seed pod. It doesn't look. Nothing about it says "eat me."
Eat me!
Ain't no Alice in Wonderland there, you know.
Alright.
Sorry.
You're right. Deadly nightshade or mandrake and ginseng would cause havoc on their intestinal systems. So they'd put it on the broom,
Mhm.
and then they would absorb it with their intimate
They're giblets.
giblets.
Yeah.
Intimate giblets. Or even in their hairy armpits. Which I thought was strange. Like the women, I guess back then they didn't have razors and stuff like we do.
Yeah, I wonder how you'd get that hair off without a razor. I'm sure there was ways. Maybe they just waxed it off.
3rd-degree burn with wax.
Mm.
I don't know. Yeah, and what they were doing was they were going around this fire and they were rubbing this ginseng, mandrake, whatever it was that day on their areas, and then that would make them do orgies and stuff like that, and
Absorb through
see
the
shit,
skin.
and yeah, on their goodies, and
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
So historians just basically believe they were just tripping their balls off, and nobody ever rode a broom through the sky.
That makes sense. They were tripping balls for sure if they if they were messing around with that stuff. Mandrake, ginseng, and belladonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They mix it up in like a paste or something,
Ugh.
and they put it on the broomstick or the pitchfork stick or
Whatever.
whatever
yeah.
stick they could ride.
Really?
Sounds so
Any
bad.
of them?
Imagine tripping out during that.
Mm. Nope.
Rubbing sticks together.
Mm-mm. Nope. An existential crisis because of hallucinating while you're rubbing your sticks together.
And-
That just doesn't sound fun to me.
And if that dude confessed to riding a broom, he was probably tripping too.
Right? He don't know what the hell he was on.
He didn't know what he rode, okay?
At all.
My phone's going crazy. I think that's Bree. In the 17th century, witches riding brooms was well known of, and the lore of them flying up their chimneys or leaving brooms by their doors when they were away from home turned into the legend of witches riding broomsticks.
Okay.
But it also made the broom a large symbol of female domesticity.
I mean, if I have a broom, you should probably run. Because there's nothing domestic about it. I'm feral if I've got a broom in my hand. Absolutely feral.
And I wrote here, it's salso, not also, but salso.
Ooh, I like
It's
salsa.
also said that because bread contained ergot, I guess I'm saying that right, and a lot of people ate a lot of bread back then without knowing ergot was part of the plant that would make them hallucinate.
It's a fungus that grows on rye.
And they were on an LSD high and didn't even know it.
Or not just rye, but most cereal grains, I think. Yeah, exactly. That's where LSD came from, was ergot. But, yeah.
Imagine being a kid and taking a big bite of bread and you start seeing shit.
I think I can see what they mean by that, but also, have you ever heard of St. Anthony's Fire? It was ergotism, which is basically from eating too much of that particular organism. But these people died of, it was a burning pain. Yes, they were hallucinating, but they also had this burning pain, and they just screamed and cried, and they were miserable, and they would get gangrene, and limbs would fall off, and they would die. So that's my issue with them saying, oh, well, it was just ergotism, that's what was wrong with them. It's possible, I guess, in lower doses. I mean, not everybody's going to die of it, but it does bad things to you other than make you hallucinate as well. So, I don't know.
That's one of the historians' theories.
I've heard that for other things as well, as like the Salem witch. Yeah.
And hallucinogens, if I can speak tonight,
You can do it.
hallucinogens were in fact very popular at this time, and they enjoyed the effect and began experimenting.
Ooh.
A Dutch doctor, occultist, of course he was an occultist, right? Named these ingredients in witches as flying ointment. They were flying high. All right, that's what I wrote in my notes. They were flying high, all right.
I guess so.
Since witchcraft was said to be related to the devil, people said that these witches were flying the broomsticks to meet the devil for worship at the Sabbat. Did I say that correctly?
Sabbath.
Sabbath? Sabbat. Sabbath. Sabbath.
Yeah, like Sunday is the Sabbath.
Yeah, what is Sabbat? I've heard that too.
I don't know. It sounds like something you'd eat or rub on your nipples. I'm not sure. Maybe both.
That's salve. Nipple salve.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And others.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing too. You know, these poor witches, they could have just been mixing up some nipple salve.
That's all they
Their
just had
nipples-
chapped nipples. They were probably all breastfeeding.
Right? And
800 kids.
yeah, and then they're going to call them a witch just because they were trying to cure their nipple chafe. What a fucked up time to live in.
It's rough.
And others wrote that the witches were just actual junkies. Just junkies. It was actually one of the historic. This was sourced from Wikipedia and the History Channel.
Those ergot junkies.
They were just junkies.
Trying to get that next hit of ergot.
So when you see that witch on Halloween riding her broom, she's probably just tripping on acid, y'all.
Don't be jealous.
Don't be jealous. She's living her best life.
I love it.
I don't know. I went a little different with that one. I hope y'all enjoy it.
Yes.
But that was it for this one. Come back and watch us again soon.
Bye.
Bye.